Now, this video is trending. It's got 2.6 million views, and I genuinely, and I don't mean this as being offensive or anything like that, I feel sorry for this lady. A lot of people are giving her flack, but I genuinely feel sorry for whomever did this to her. Like someone indoctrinated, someone put some ideas in her head, which makes it very difficult for her to have a happy and fulfilling life. So we're going to analyze on why that is. But basically, long story short, because I skipped 1 minute of the video, she is a liberal person and is now moving to Florida and has difficulty in making friends.
A UFC fight.
So basically, she is invited to a UFC fight by another girl.
To watch a UFC fight at a sports bar. You don't you don't need to know much about me to know that's not really my scene.
Yeah, but you see, we live in modern age. We live for the modern audience, and Hollywood keeps showing us the strong, independent woman. And I've been told that we shouldn't believe in the gender heteronormative society, and that women like everything that men do, and there's no difference. So if men like UFC fighting, like, why wouldn't she assume that you do as well? But the thing is, like, it seems that she actually connected with a tomboy. And she is horrified that this tomboy invited her to a UFC fight. Now I gotta say, I don't like UFC fighting. Can you believe that? Is that right? I'm a man. I don't like UFC fight. It's boring. It bores me, right? So if someone were to invite me to a UFC fight, I just say no. Just say no. It's like simple. It's like, well, it's not really my thing. Maybe we can meet someone. You don't even have to give an explanation as to why. You can just make an excuse. Or you can just flat out be honest and say, well, UFC fighting isn't my thing. But apparently she wasn't able to do that, right? So she went anyway. So let's see how it went.
No, it's not. But are we desperate? Yes. I start thinking, you know what? Hemingway liked to fight. Maybe some of these people are also really into classic literature. That was really sweet of me. That was really sweet of me to think.
Why are they so condescending, though? Like liberals. But why? Okay, Hemingway. So what? It's like I read Hemingway too. Does it help you in any way? Does it help humanity in the fact that you read the book? Is it helping you produce something for your fellow man? No. Is this idea, well, I read Hemingway and therefore I am above you, I am superior because I read Hemingway and you watch UFC. I mean, would she like it if I were to actually meet her or her friends and I'd be like, I went to 2 universities and you guys, it's just like, whatever, it is what it is.
But basically it looked like a frat party. Duh. Which is, again, fine. I'm there to chat with the girlies. Conversations were leaning conservative about vaccines and then, Donald Trump shows up on the TV.
And this is exactly what I start to feel bad for her. And I'm not taking a snipe or being condescending. No, I legitimately feel bad because I have traveled to many countries. I have seen many cultures, and even the American culture wasn't like this. And by like this, I mean, if you are at a conversation, if the conversation doesn't go your way, you actually get upset. Like, it actually offends you if at a table certain people talk and they're having different opinions that you do. Like, this is a leftist thing. This requires indoctrination. You need a person to put into student debt and to get them through the American university so that they believe that if somewhere someone is talking about things that you disagree with, you need to get offended. You know what? I bet Hemingway could have stood at that frat party without getting upset. I mean, she read Hemingway, right? So, like, that's a good point of reference. No, I'm generally trying to think about a topic that if you were to discuss here in Romania, people would get upset. I just can't think. Yeah, they're like the only thing you could if you're really boring, or if you're like targeting someone at the table, like you're making fun of them or you're sniping at them, then that would be different. But to simply discuss a subject, to simply discuss a topic like vaccines, you can say whatever you want, and maybe the conversation can get a little bit heated, but like people are just passionate about how to make their point and how to get their point across and have a debate. But like no one is like, oh, why are you talking about that? Is that what you think? Oh my God. And we also do not associate politics with intelligence. Like just because someone has an opinion on vaccines, that doesn't mean that they're a dumb person, regardless of what that opinion is. Or on book burning or whatever else they talked about at that party. But this is where it gets really interesting.
Like he goes to the UFC fight and the entire sports bar erupts into chanting USA.
Oh my God. Oh, Dios mío. Okay, so Trump, aka Satan, right? Like instead of them giving the 5 minutes of hate, they started chanting USA, USA. I don't understand. Like, what is wrong with this? To be honest, it would be interesting if you go to Portland and you have AOC or someone else coming up on the television and they start chanting from the river to the sea, Like it's obvious what they're conservatives. Yes, Trump is a conservative person. He appears there and they're chanting their nation. Like, what do you want them to chant? Mexico, Mexico? Like, huh? What should UN? Huh? UN. China. If they were to start chanting China, would that make you more comfortable? Would that have been better? Like, you're not allowed to chant the national country you're in. That's interesting. So you can't love your country. Can you love your community though? Can you love your neighborhood? Are you allowed? Can you love the people in your household? Like what are you allowed according to liberal ideology to love? Like who are the people that you are allowed to care about? Can you care about your family more than anything else? And if the answer is yes, then you would step it up. Like, can you care about your neighborhood? Like your neighbors? Can I care about him more than someone else? And if the answer is yes, well, can I care about my city more than other cities? Right? Can I care about my state more than other states? Because these things influence you, right? Like if something bad happens to your state, like let's say the economy plummets, well, you're suffering. So it's obvious that the interest of your state should be above everything when it comes to other states. But liberals don't think like that. And I want to know, like, at which point do you stop caring? Like, can you care about your family more than other people? And if yes, can you care about your neighbors? And if no, why not? Because obviously if my house is on fire, the first person that's going to arrive is my neighbor, right? So that's why I should care about him more. To create this bond, to create this feeling of trust and safety between us. So like if I can care about my neighborhood, then can I care about my town? Because again, like if something happens in my town, if crime is rising, then it affects me. Like it's all about, caring about yourself and your family. But I don't even know, like, left-leaning people even ask themselves this question. It's like, why do people chant USA? Like, why didn't you ask them? That would have been really interesting. Why do you chant USA?
USA.
For hundreds of years, people had this chant. I'm willing to bet that her parents at some point chanted this. I'm willing to bet that her grandparents chanted this. Why is it wrong to chant USA? Unless you're Russian. If you're Russian, I understand why you wouldn't want people to chant USA in Russia. But even Putin, I'm willing to bet. How much money do you want to put on the table that Putin himself would not have a problem if he was at an American sports event in Florida and people started chanting USA, USA? And I will tell you the interesting fact about liberals. If you take a liberal, this lady, you pluck her, and you take her from America, right? And you put her in Ghana. And she's at an event in Ghana and people start chanting, Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. And she wouldn't have a problem with it. If you place her in China and people start going, CCP, she wouldn't have a problem with it. But for some fucking reason, in America, that becomes a problem. In America, all of a sudden, it becomes an issue. If they were to have LGBT flags and fly them, that's fine. If they have American flags, that's like a hate symbol.
First of all, am
And she can't articulate it. She can't articulate it, so now she's making funny faces.
now floating above my body, watching from above, going, how did this happen? Trying to stay calm, trying to act normal. The sweet girl next to me goes, what can I say? I love the guy.
Oh yeah, he lowers taxes. It's kind of difficult not to like him. Yeah. She makes funny faces. You're going into Florida, okay? Like, no one forces you to go to Florida. And you're complaining about the fact that people in Florida are conservative. Like, this is like me going into Portland and complaining that people in Portland are left-wing. I mean, I can't complain, but, like, other people can ask V, what are you doing? Why did you go there? It's like, why did you go to San Francisco? Why did you go to New York? Like, there are other options, you know? It's like going to Russia and complaining, oh my god, these Russians, they're acting Russian. Yeah. But again, like, the thing is, like it bothers her. It's almost like the people around her are radioactive. I don't understand how you can have, like, this feeling, you know, like, again, here in Romania, it's a complete different system. Like, I can be around people of any political ideology. It doesn't matter. Even political ideologies that I despise, like people that would raise my taxes and people that would make my life miserable if they were in office. But if I'm around other people that are the supporters of those parties, that's fine. We just don't talk about politics. Or you know, like if it's an event and the president that I dislike happens to appear on television and they're like, oh, Romania. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. But like, the reason that I feel sorry for her is that, again, like, normal people that don't go to universities do not act this way. I'm willing to bet Hemingway does not act this way. Okay? Like he would have no problem participating to that event. So imagine how difficult life must be if you can only feel comfortable amongst people that think exactly like you. Like, it's a crutch. Why did you want to take the crutch? You shouldn't have the crutch. It's bad for you. You know, like, if this lady likes to read, if she loves reading Hemingway, apparently, I would recommend that she reads some Greek philosophy. I would recommend that she reads a little bit of Stoicism. I think it would help her a lot go through these very difficult and dark Floridian times. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section.
I called an Uber almost immediately. I almost started crying in the bar.